The Man Who Invented the Telephone, the story that changed the world. Imagine a world where sending a message across the room could take hours, or even days. A world where voices could not travel beyond the distance your legs could walk. Now, imagine a man who dared to imagine something different. Someone who believed that one day people could speak to each other instantly, no matter the miles that separated them. This is the story of Alexander Graham Bell, the man who invented the telephone. Alexander Graham Bell was born in Scotland in 1847 into a family obsessed with sound and speech. His mother was deaf, and his father taught speech to the deaf. From a young age, Bell was fascinated by the mysteries of sound. He would experiment with ways to transmit voice and music, trying to understand how vibrations could carry meaning. He was curious, relentless, and perhaps a little obsessed. Some called him eccentric. Some doubted his dreams. But Bell was driven by a vision that few could understand. He spent countless hours in his workshop, surrounded by wires, magnets, and strange contraptions. Day after day, failure greeted him. Experiments exploded, wires sparked, and ideas fell apart. Many thought his quest was impossible. Investors were skeptical, friends laughed. Yet through every setback, Bell refused to give up. He carried a quiet belief in something greater, that the world could be transformed by his invention.
It is probable that in the near future, business communications by telephone between cities separated by hundreds of miles will be an everyday occurrence. But it will be a luxury for the few, bearing the same relation to telegraphy in general that traveling in Pullman cars does to ordinary railroad travel.
And then, in 1876, something extraordinary happened. After months of tireless work, frustration, and near despair, Bell finally succeeded. He lifted the receiver and spoke the words that would echo through history.
Watson, come here.
On the other end, his assistant heard every word. For the first time in human history, a voice traveled through wires. A dream that had lived in Bell's mind for decades became reality. The impossible had become possible. The invention of the telephone changed everything. Communication that once took hours, days, or even weeks could now happen instantly. Businesses could connect across cities. Families could speak across oceans. The world became smaller, closer, and infinitely more connected. But Alexander Graham Bell's story is more than just an invention. It is a story of vision, determination, and courage. It is the story of a man who refused to accept limits, who failed over and over, yet never stopped believing in the impossible. Bell went on to do more incredible work, improving communication for the deaf, advancing scientific knowledge, and inspiring generations of inventors. But perhaps his greatest legacy is the telephone itself, a device so ordinary today, yet so extraordinary in its origin. Every time we speak to someone across the globe, every time a child calls their parents, or a business closes a deal in seconds, we are witnessing the echo of Bell's vision. Alexander Graham Bell's life teaches us that one person, armed with curiosity and persistence, can change the world. One idea, nurtured with patience and courage, can ripple through time and touch millions of lives. The telephone was not just a machine. It was a bridge between people, a testament to human ingenuity, and a symbol of what is possible when we refuse to give up on our dreams. So the next time you pick up your phone, remember the man who dreamed of connecting voices across the world. Remember the countless experiments, the failures, the sparks that flew in a small workshop in the 19th century. Remember Alexander Graham Bell, the man who invented the telephone and changed the world forever.